Hello everyone, welcome to the latest episode of Swordsman's Soapbox. I've got news and opinions for you guys. Today's video is going to basically revolve around the fact that the official North American pre-order bonuses has been officially revealed and announced and everything, and I thought there were some pretty interesting choices that were coming out with what you get from depending on where you pre-order, and I figured I would talk to you guys about them. Let's start with Origin, probably the big hitter in the room here. And that essentially comes from the fact that EA really wants you to buy Battlefield 3 from Origin, which is basically, if you're not familiar with Origin yet, it's their attempt on taking on Steam. For the most part, it's just like Steam, very little differences other than it revolves around EA games. So if you pre-order an Origin, it looks like you pay instantly, and like it's not like a pay $5 now and then you get billed when the final product releases, like on some games or some services or whatnot. But there's definitely some big appeal to ordering on Origin, and let's take a look. First and foremost, you get instant release at midnight whenever it releases. It's not you pay for it, then you got to download it, then you got to install it. Who knows how long that's going to take. This looks to be that if you pre-order on Origin, you'll be able to pre-download it, pre-install it, get it ready to just be unlocked at the stroke of midnight, and you'll be ready to go. That to me has a pretty big upside for PC gaming, because the D crew were making plans for that night. Talks of mass pizza orderings and lots of stuff to drink has been talked about. And alright, let's be honest here. When Battlefield 3 releases, the D crew's probably going to have our server up as soon as possible, and we're probably going to play until about dawn or so. And then I'll probably pass out while they keep going, because I'm a lightweight nowadays. Another big appeal to ordering through Origin is that you get early access to the beta. Now, the beta in September is open, of course. But from the looks of it, if you pre-order on Origin, you get to get in ahead of just the public people that haven't pre-ordered it anywhere or pre-ordered it somewhere else or just from Medal of Honor, stuff like that. So I don't know how much earlier that is. Maybe it's a week, maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's 2 days. You don't really know. Early is just early. But that is something to take into consideration. With every pre-order, seems to be across the board, every new copy of the limited edition Battlefield 3 will come with the Back to Karkin expansion. And I wanted to take a couple minutes here to talk about that in particular, because there seems to be some confusion surrounding the Back to Karkin expansion. And even myself had some slight confusion about it, because I had thought it was going to be a day one release. It would be like the VIP code, where if you bought it, you got instant access to these other maps right away, right off the hop. And so I'm like, okay, day one, October 25th, 12:30 at night, I'm going to be playing Wake Island until morning, because that is my favorite map of all time. I love Wake Island. I'm all about Wake Island. But that is not the case. For some of you that may not be aware, there is no announced release date for when the Back to Karkin will be released. All they have said is later this year, which I would assume maybe late November, early December possibly. Similar to maybe a Bad Company 2 Vietnam release to their expansion pack. But that is in the future. We don't know exactly when that will be or the formatting exactly, but your guess is as good as mine, really. We just know it is to be determined. Also, if you order through Origin, you get the Physical Warfare pack, and that made a lot of drama early on when people thought that might have only been European retailers would be giving that out. I personally never thought that would be the case. It just seemed like too neat of a pre-order bonus for that to only be for the European stores, but it just happened that those stores released their information first, while the big guys like Best Buy and GameStop and stuff held back on theirs. Or maybe it wasn't even available to them at that point. But I felt like it probably would have been available to North American and global retailers and stuff. So, but we'll briefly glance over that. If you're not familiar with the Physical Warfare pack, or the PWP, you get the Dow 12 shotgun. I believe that is an automatic shotgun. It could be semi-auto. It's definitely not a pump action. I remember that much. You get the Type 88 LMG, the Flash Suppressor, and the Flechette Ammo. These are all things you would have instantly. You don't got to... It's not like, hey, I have the ability to unlock these later as I play a few hours and unlock them. It is right day one you can walk in with those weapons, those attachments, without doing any work other than just pre-ordering. And the last thing you get for pre-ordering on Origin is you get a couple of Battlefield play for free items. I've never really dealt with play for free, so I don't know. That's meaningless to me. I don't really play that. Now, if you pre-order from Best Buy, you get some different stuff. You do get the Back to Karkin expansion, like we talked about. That's available seemingly everywhere with every copy of the limited edition part of the game. But you do get a Spec-Ac like kit similar to Bad Company 2, and that will entail 8 alternate player skins that are purely cosmetic. It's just like the Spec-Ac stuff from Bad Company 2. People tried to, oh, well, if you have that, it does more damage. No. Those people are horribly misguided, and sometimes no matter how hard you try to convince them otherwise, they still insist that the Spec-Ac versions of those weapons do more damage. It is simply not true. All that you are changing whenever you get those is you look different, and for me that's kind of cool. I like looking different. I like trying to set myself apart in some ways. I'm all about customization. Admittedly, this isn't a ton of customization. It's just 8 different skins. I imagine it's one skin per class per side, so yeah, you know what I mean. Like the American side would look like this, and the opposite side would, you know what I mean? It's not going to be like 8 for like all assault or whatever. So that to me is neat. And then also, if you order at Best Buy, you need to take into consideration you will get no physical warfare pack. So if that's where you're getting it from, you will miss out on the Dow 12 Shoddy, the Type 88, the Flash Suppressor, and the Flechette Ammo. To me, I don't know. I'm not exactly one of those people that absolutely has to have every gun in the game, because I assume if the Dow 12 or the Type 88, they will probably have other items that will be probably quite similar to those ones. So I don't know. I don't think you'll be missing out on a ton of stuff. Now, if you pre-order from GameStop, you get the Back to Karkin expansion as expected, the Physical Warfare Pack, and then if you are a Power Up Rewards members only, you get a copy of the Prima Strategy Guide for Battlefield 3, digital version only, no hard copy. To me, that's useless. Those strategy guides usually fucking suck ass pretty goddamn hardcore and are of no value to me whatsoever. And it looks like you got to be a Power Up Rewards member. I don't know what that is. I don't really shop too much at GameStop. That's just me. So if you're one of those members, cool. Maybe you get a free useless strategy guide. Or hey, maybe you like strategy guides. I know some people collect them, but they really only collect the hard copy. So I don't know how much value the digital version would really bring to somebody. But if that's what you're into, there you go. And last but not least, we got Amazon.com. Essentially, if you order through Amazon.com, you get the Back to Karkin edition, or expansion rather, sorry, just like everybody else. And you get 5 unique dog tags that you can use to represent yourself in game. To me, that's kind of neat, but ultimately, it doesn't look like you can design your own dog tag. You just sort of pick one, a la Crysis 2 version. You just sort of pick one that you unlock gradually throughout the game's progress, but it would be much cooler if you could design them yourself, similar to Black Ops. I love that they went in that direction. But that does not look like it's meant to be. It just looks like pick a dog tag you like and that's yours. So that is basically all of them. There are some Australian stuff for those guys, but they are pretty much similar to the things we've gone over here. And so yeah, there are your options that you get to weigh. And my PC option is quite clear. I'm going to be pre-ordering through Origin. In fact, probably while this renders, I'm going to just bite the bullet and go pay my $60 on Origin and pre-order it now, so that way I can make sure I secure my spot into early access beta. Because it's kind of looking like those who bought Medal of Honor on Steam just to get into the beta may be fucked. I don't know about you guys, but with Battlefield 3 likely not going to be available on Steam immediately, it seems to be that they're ignoring Steam users who bought Medal of Honor there, but I don't know. I didn't get any email from EA about the beta, even though I clearly purchased it on Steam, and on the store description page it said if you buy this, you get the beta access in September. Well, not September, but it says you get the beta access to Battlefield 3, so I didn't get no email. I may have got fucked in the ass on that one for buying a game that I really don't have much interest in whatsoever, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm just going to say screw it, pre-order it on Origin, pay the $60 now, get it out of the way, get that locked up for my PC version. Now, for the Xbox version, that basically comes down to Best Buy or GameStop. I like Amazon as a company. I don't really like having my games shipped to me, but I don't know, shit. Because I'm not going to a midnight release because I'm going to have the PC version unlocked instantly. The D Crew has plans to have the server ready to go, pre-order the server, get that thing up immediately, get you guys on there playing with us and having a freaking blast on Battlefield 3. Maybe I shouldn't be releasing that info. Not to ask Stone. Anyway. So I'm not going to a midnight release for an Xbox version, but I'll probably go the next morning or the next afternoon, probably after I wake up, to pick up my Xbox version. I think if I had to pick right now, I would probably go with the Best Buy version. You get no PWP, but the Physical Warfare Pack is going to be made available to people to purchase via like Microsoft Points or whatever later on. So it's not like I would be missing out on those guns forever. But I would also get the 8 alternative skins, which to me are kind of neat. I like to look a little different. I mean, I know it's silly and vain at the end of the day, but I just like it, you know? It's, I don't know, that has an appeal to me, where I'll skip the PWP on the Xbox for a short time period, but I will have the chance to purchase it later on, so I will get those guns eventually if I decide I like them and I want them. But it looks like the 8 alternate player skins is something that won't be available later on, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Pre-order the Origin version for PC, and then pick up my Xbox version via Best Buy. And that's my plan. What do you guys think your plan would be? What do you guys think of these pre-order rewards and the bonuses and stuff? I think they're cool. They add a little bit of variety to the game, depending on where you want to buy it from. Origin is definitely the one EA wants you to order it through, but sometimes you just gotta say fuck them and order it through where you want. Maybe you're just gonna go to Walmart and just get the standard game with only the Karkin expansion and say fuck the rest of this shit. You don't give a shit. That's probably what most of you will do. But this has been the update on the pre-order bonuses. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to let me know in the comments what you're going for. Take care, guys.